Well, hello everybody. What is up and how's it going? It is me, Everything Animated, and today is the last episode, or should I say the last three episodes of the Rent a Girlfriend podcast. We're talking about episodes 10 through 12, and I'm joined with my two special guests, one being Rising Sun Reviews and the other being the ever so popular Sea Tactics. How's everybody doing today?
Hello. Hello, hello.
Yay, people think we're special.
I watched Deadpool last night, Deadpool 2 last night for the first time, and I love how throughout the entire film, he always constantly says hello to that random Japanese girl.
Yeah.
Uh, so is the stream actually alive?
It better be, goddammit. I swear to God. It says it's public.
Okay, yeah, I just don't see it. Maybe it takes a minute.
Maybe. I don't know. After last week. You missed all the fun last week, see? Where me and Rising were talking for like maybe 5 minutes, and then Rising was like, the stream's not even up. And I was like, oh my God. So then I did it again, and then it worked. We had like a whole bunch of good stuff and all that, but no.
Okay, yeah,
No.
we are alive.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna cry. Hello, Mutant GP. I'm sure Satsuki will join later, as well as Decrepit Storm. And oh, look, there's Rising. I know that
Yay,
guy,
Ryzen's here.
Ricky Shadow. I'm so blank to see Rent a Girlfriend end. Okay. So we did things a little differently this time around. I thought it would be funny. It was Decrepit Storm's idea, honestly, but I'm going to take full credit. And what we did is we did it in a way that was, well, if you've ever seen King of Anime podcast, we did one episode where it was like a gauntlet type, and we decided to do things randomly where,
We speak not of those days.
oh, yes, yes, well, they're up there if you want to see it. I'm Satsuki. I just don't feel like. Oh, okay. So we finally see Satsuki's alt.
Hi, Satsuki Salt.
There it is.
Satsuki's alt!
Hey.
Wow! Oh my God!
Yeah.
We,
All
we,
right.
we need to capture this moment. Put
Oh.
it in our notebooks.
It'll be captured for sure. So, like I was saying, one of us is watched episode 10, one of us watched episode 11, and one of us watched the final episode 12. So we did it unconventionally. So it's kind of like we put the pieces together when it comes to this series and these last three episodes. So it should be fun. Should be fun.
Well, I have an idea for next time. One of us should watch the anime and the other one should read the manga.
That would be an interesting. It's like, how was it? It was exactly the same except drawn.
Yeah. So I think C started with episode 10?
Yes, I did. Oh my God.
All right. So,
Oh
what happened so that we could put all the pieces together? What was the fun?
Okay, so some of this I was confused for. So, so I forget his name. Kazuma, right? MC.
Sure. Kazuya, but yes.
Kazuma meets up. Okay, meets up with the mute girl.
Oh,
And
Sumi?
yeah, so the entire episode is them like going out on a date. And
Oh, okay, so you're right. He didn't rent Chizuru. That's interesting.
I knew it. I had a feeling. Oh.
So, in like the first 10 seconds of the episode, Sumi, mute girl, comes in, trips, falls, lands on her head. So that's fun. And then she, for like the next like minute, is dead silent, gives MC Guy just these puppy dog eyes. She's saying not a single word. Throughout this entire episode, he has to infer everything that from just the way she's looking. in a particular moment. I'm like, what? What is that? Like, in a way, it's actually kind of clever, but they obviously don't at all take advantage of this situation. It's basically literally just any other episode of Rent a Girlfriend where he goes on a date with one of the girls, but she I don't remember this. I don't remember much about Rent a Girlfriend, but at one point she kind of becomes a rip off Komi-san, like using her phone to speak on this date. Like they're at like a restaurant and they're waiting for their food, and she's like typing on her phone and shit. I'm just say the words, okay? It's not that hard to say words, and this is the craziest part. Kazuma has a flat. His name's Kazuma, right?
Yeah, sure.
Kazuya.
Kazuya, fuck.
Kazuma's a Konosuba guy,
Yeah.
but you can call him that too.
Both are trash garbage human beings. So I guess it fits, but Kazuya has a flashback of one line that a character, I guess, said in a previous episode, where this one guy said, "No woman is an island." What the fuck does that even mean? No woman is an island. Do you guys have any ideas?
So that seems like we watched, or at least I watched the previous episodes in the English dub, so they changed the dialogue a little bit. So one of the themes at the end of episode 9 was like how Chizuru was strong and was able to handle things, but that just because she was strong, or just women in general could be strong, does not mean they want to handle things alone. So I feel like it was a reference to that.
For me, I think it has something to do with her just, I don't know, not being a peninsula and also doing some plate tectonics and having volcano eruptions.
That's one way to take it, but yes.
That's the
I
only
know
thing I
who
could
that-
think of.
Hey, you know what? With plate tectonics, you don't even know, shit's going on. Just like Sumi, silent but deadly. Sumi could be a murderer. We don't know. It's gonna take years for us to
Didn't-
figure it out.
Wasn't there a show that said somebody's love is like a truck?
Yeah, it was a blooper from Berserk, 1997.
Maybe this was a blooper that they added and kept into the series.
The entire character is a blooper.
And yes, to Decrepit Storm, you're right. That was what Yamori told Kazuya back in episode 9.
So they order tea, I guess, and at the almost immediately after this scene kind of comes to its end, she chugs the entire tea, and they leave to go to Shinjuku. What is this? Shinjuku? Shinji Ikari?
What the
They go
fuck
to
is
Shinji
it?
Ikari. I don't know how to
Shinjuku?
pronounce words. Yes, they go there while she literally says nothing, and throughout this entire
Fuck
rest
is
of
it?
the episode, he has to infer
Shinjuku?
what she wants to do. Eventually, he figures out that she wants to go to the beach. So I'm confused. Maybe this is like a Japanese thing, but why would you go to Shinjuku just to figure out she wants to go to the beach? That I feel like that step's not. I don't know. Maybe they're close. The beach is close. Maybe there's a Shinjuku beach. I don't know. I've never been to Japan. However, I found that very strange. And she finally speaks. But here's the thing. She's like, "Can you do it? Can we do it as friends? Can we go to the beach as friends?" I'm just like, don't you like this guy? Right? She likes him, right?
I think so.
She never says.
I mean, she literally canceled dinner plans with her parents to help this dude on the street. So, I mean, I would assume that would be something.
Well, he pervs out. He imagines in his head what Sumi looks like in a swimsuit. I'm surprised anybody would want to
Wait,
see
why?
that. Because it is what it is. It's Rent a Girlfriend. Oh my god, she's so hot. Ooh. And then mommy comes out of nowhere,
Oh
pops
my-
up on the screen
Wow.
to describe the finger game they're playing. So Sumi and Kazuya play like some weird like Japanese finger game where they touch tips. I don't know. I guess they're finger banging or something. I don't know what they're doing.
They
Mommy
touch
comes
tips.
out of nowhere and describes this finger banging game where they finger bang each other. I don't know. And every time he like loses, he lets out a weird moan. Like a weird sexualized moan. The MC. Like
Wait.
it's very strange. Like I'm not even kidding. Like he
Okay.
literally does. Like he moans.
It almost sounds like you're making this up, but I can actually believe it happening.
So she came out of nowhere, just. Oh hey, I haven't seen you in 2 fucking seasons. Let's finger bang.
Yeah, basically.
What?
And he's while this is happening, he still is imagining her in a swimsuit, and she points to some buildings or something, and then they sort of just run there,
Sumi points to the
like-
buildings.
like they point to point to some buildings, but they just started to run. I guess they were running to the beach. Because she's like doing, but the entire time they're like going up like a mountain, I think, and she's power walking the entire time, and Kazuma is like running out of breath. He's like dying. He's like, I can't, he sits in all the time and jerks off. He has 0 stamina. But Sumi's like, kind of impressive, Power walks that entire thing. Not gonna lie, probably the best part of the episode, just because, kind of impressive.
Mm-hmm.
So he pretty much dies after the entire climb. He's just dead.
Is mommy with them?
No, she like it was like an interstitial like card, like she was like a chibi form, kind of like in my videos. She's appearing out of universe to explain to the viewer what this game is, because I guess it's like, I don't know, but they are looking through some binoculars like out at the ocean, and all the while all of the men are ogling Sumi. I'm like, what? Why is it every single man in this show has a raging boner that cannot be satiated? Why? And why is it these 4 women? What makes them so attractive? So Sumi, she's feeling the good vibes. So she's like, this is going to be nostalgic and stuff. And so she literally screams, but she can't get a scream out. So she just goes, yo.
Wait, so she actually says something.
She just says, yo. It's not even a scream. And so Kazuya's like, oh man, she's putting in her all. We got to do it for Sumi here. We got to support our girl Sumi. So he screams. And it's like supposed to be like this very cute, like Japanese-esque moment, of youth and shit. But it just, oh my god, this entire episode was just monotony. It was horrible. We're not even done yet. I just realized I still have more to explain, and I
Oh,
feel like at this
shit.
point we could have ended it there.
What more is there? I'm
They
curious.
They then go to the ocean, or they go to the beach, and they go and play in water. At one point, for some reason this was in here. I don't know what the point of this was, but he goes into the water and Sumi like pushes him down into the water or whatever, or he like slips
And
he's
drowns
like, oh my
him?
god, where's my phone? Oh, my phone's getting wet. And he looks over and his phone is on the beach, but this plays literally no importance at all in this episode. It's just a random thing of like, oh, I forgot my phone. Oh wait, never mind. It's on the beach and safe and dry. So I'm like, are we padding out time? as much as we can
Yes.
here at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god. And then Sumi is just the equivalent of this entire scene, like a fucking dog, just making like random noises, saying nothing, looking bright-eyed and just quite frankly stupid.
Bright-eyed and stupid.
They do this like weird thing where there's like fan service, but while she's talking about how much she appreciates him or something like that. So I'm like, okay, so is she hot because she's like paying attention to others, or is she hot because she's hot? Like are we supposed to be ogling at her body at this moment in time?
It's also summer, so I could see that making her hot.
Badooch.
Well, she's probably literally hot. So, it's summer in Japan. It's cold, So, that's the end of their date. There's
Sounds
more.
like okay.
Oh no.
Rukia is in this fucking episode.
What did she do?
God, what did she do?
She's like talking with Kazuma, and then she mentions that they're in a relationship, and I'm immediately like, wait, what the fuck? They're in a relationship? When did this happen?
Yeah, they've been like sort of dating for like a year now.
Yeah, Rukia's. You missed all the fun these past couple episodes.
So Rukia is okay with him going out on a date with a literal carcass.
She can't be picky because no one else would like her.
How violently deranged do you have to be to approve of this? How psychotically incurable is your chemical construct that you cannot that you're okay with this? I just don't get it. Anyways, there's still more. There's a quote of another guy in this episode, in this scene, where he says,
Being an
"We
island.
guys solely exist to cheer up girls." And I'm like, no,
Wait, what?
that's not true. Guys we weren't created to worship women.
Or cheer them up.
That's just a thing that can happen. We were created to exist and proliferate. Okay?
And
You get
watch
that
anime.
right. And watch the morals of this series, quite fucked. I mean, I don't even, this author, he is something else. Kazuma, though, realizes he needs to stand up. He needs to stand by Aqua. What was Aqua's name again?
Chizuru?
Chizuru. Yeah, he needs to, at the end of the episode, he has a realization while talking to fucking his girlfriend, how he needs to stand by his other girlfriend, I guess, for some reason. So he leaves. It goes
the girl he
to
actually
Aqua. Yeah. What is happening, guys? What the fuck did I miss? Why is this happening? That's the end of the episode.
That was the end of the episode.
Girlfriend.
Okay. Well, I can give you just a brief synopsis of what happened, because you missed some interesting episodes, the last 3 ones before this. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, I'm talking to the people in chat, definitely check that episode out, where me and Rising were talking about it. But Chizuru's grandmother, she died.
Wow.
It was actually no cap, as the kids say. Probably one of the best episodes I've seen in Rent a Girlfriend. It was not weird horniness like this episode. It was straight up just serious. And see, I'm not even lying when I said this. Episode 9 actually made me cry.
Yeah, it's probably in like the top 5 most I've ever cried with an anime.
That's insane. I'm never going to watch it, but that's insane.
Isn't that insane? To think that me and Rising were talking about it. That's why we were just like, this is like, it sucks that we had to wait 3 seasons into episode 9 before we saw it, but it was just really well done.
Yeah, like there's good storytelling here sometimes.
Yeah, but that's essentially what you miss. Chizuru is like an emotional wreck. She's trying to like compose herself and basically keep herself from breaking down. You know, just keeping that
Keeping
strong.
herself from Breaking Bad.
Not quite Breaking Bad, but just like.
I'm the one who knocks, Kazuma.
But
Danger.
episode 10. That sounds absolutely hilarious because I only watched episode 11, and to be quite honest, it felt like the previous episode that you watched, C, was nothing. Because essentially, and I guess this is where we start with episode 11, Kazuya is going on a date with Chizuru.
Yeah,
My God.
and we'll get to like my episode later, but it did not take long to figure out like what had happened before and realize, okay, that very little actually happened.
Yeah. I'm it's crazy to think that there was literally nothing going on the previous episode till we got to this one. So
Yeah, like I had no idea about him going on that date with Sumi, which like 2 episodes later, which sort of I guess could make sense, but like how little that did anything.
yeah, like unless he was, because I remember the ending of episode 9 was like, I'm going to try to make her feel better, so I'm just gonna go on a date with Sumi. Stupid, so damn stupid. Okay, let us set the scene, shall we, for episode 11. So Kazuya is sitting there just waiting for Chizuru to get there. They're on a date. We find out that he booked her because of course he did. You know, he has unlimited money and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Chizuru gets there, looks all happy and pretty, and Kazuya is doing his regular thing where he's just like, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, I'm going to make her feel good and feel happy because of the events that recently happened with her grandmother. So, this is essentially what happened. They go to the mall. Chizuru tries on some outfits because, you know, fan service. She buys an outfit and Kazuya is horny the whole time just because it's him. You know, he's just like, oh God, she looks so pretty, but I want to make her feel better because, you know, I'm Kazuya and I want to be her boyfriend, but I can't. Like, as he's doing all these horny things, he's like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm trying to cheer her up. So he's like, I gotta go back to normal and be like a boyfriend, you know, and make her feel better. So
That's like not normal for him, but okay.
So he then takes her to a movie that he did some actual research on and was just like, okay, this will be a good movie for her. This will make her. This is something that she would like. They watch the movie, and because she's being a rent-a-girlfriend, she holds his hand while they're watching the movie. Nobody's in this movie theater, by the way. It's just them.
Well, that's easier to animate.
Yeah, that's exactly. And the whole time, he's just like, oh my God, she's holding my hand. If I could die right now, I would just die happy. All this is like, and then he died. No, I'm kidding. But
I wish he died.
yeah, that would be funny. But then they start talking about it. Well, he doesn't remember it because he literally had an erection the whole time. No, it just was like, oh God, this is so great. But she was talking about it as if she was just like so happy, like a little kid. But then just kind of like did the thing where, I don't know, she didn't want to show that she liked it. So she was just like, oh, but yeah, that was a good movie. So I'm just like, okay, putting up a front. They then go to lunch because this is all day thing. They go to lunch. Chizuru then basically says to Kazuya, saying, you know, if you're doing this to make me feel better, then, you know, I told you before, I'm fine. You know, you don't have to keep doing this because of my grandma. And he was like, no, I'm doing this for me. But there was a little tender moment where she actually thanked him for the projector. She thanked him for setting up, because that's what he did. He set up the projector in the hospital in Chizuru's grandmother's room so that she could watch the movie that they made. And he walked out, like, without saying a word. She thanked him for that, and it was basically just a little sweet, tender moment where she was like, my grandmother said that she liked the movie, and, you know, that made Kazuya really, really happy. He was just like, it was all worth it. It's all worth it to see her boobs. No, I'm kidding.
Not quite, fortunately.
Yeah. So then they get done with lunch. They go to the rock climbing gym. Did they go to the rock climbing gym in season 1? Because I feel like they did.
I thought he went through Asumi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the moment where Rukia grabs Aqua's boob.
What? Wait, in the last,
Right?
the episode 10?
No,
No. Season 1. You're right. Wow.
That randomly out of pocket boob grab that nobody acknowledged.
Yeah, it was just so. Yeah, so they went to that. It was probably the same gym for all we know, with rock climbing. So
Yeah, maybe it was.
So they were there, and Chizuru helps Kazuya stretch, and Kazuya helps her stretch, and you know, because they're both grown adults. He totally.
I hope they're both grown adults.
You know, he
They don't
totally
act like it.
was doing this without any kind of. You know, he would be mature about it, right?
You'd hope.
Yeah.
Probably not knowing him.
No, because, like, she's doing the stretch, the boob is touching his back, you know, they're doing the back stretchy, both interlock their arms and whatever, and all that, and, the whole time, he's just kind of like what you said, see, with the whole moaning thing. He's doing that with the stretching. He's getting a deep stretch going, ah! And then, you know, he's interlocking and doing, ah! It just always kind of these. I'm like, you fucking dumbass.
The show is dumb.
It really is. And then, you know, she climbs and she's like really into it and just showing her athleticism. And,
And he can't get off the ground?
well, he's kind of doing decently. Like, he's actually up there, but keeps falling. And of course, you know, as Chizuru's like moving in and doing all this, he's just like, stop staring at her ass, stop staring at her ass, stop staring at her ass. Yeah, it turns into that. Then after that, it's already like in the evening because it turns dark, and Chizuru's like, oh, that worked me up an appetite. I'm hungry for more food. So they go to dinner, and Kazuya made reservations with this really nice restaurant that has crab and hot pot and beer. And Kazuya is like upset because everything's so expensive, but he made the fucking reservations.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna make a reservation, like check the menu first.
Right. It's reminiscent to the first season where he basically rents Chizuru and is upset that she doesn't like him back. It's like, you dumbass, what did you think would happen?
Oh my.
Ugh. So he's just upset that the prices are the way that they are. But he absolutely loves how it tastes because the crab, not gonna lie, they look pretty damn good and it made me want some crab because they had crab legs.
Okay, now I have lunch ideas.
Yeah, and they had hot pot and it was really good and they were drinking beer. And it's always, to me, it's always funny when you see stuff like that because anime is always catered towards the teenagers. But when you see stuff with adults and they're pouring beer, you're like, oh yeah, they're adults.
Yeah, it's so weird to like have main characters be adults who can drink.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just thought that was interesting how they did that. And so we're coming up to the end of the episode. You know, they had dinner, everything's going good. So they end it with, of course, sparklers in a park or whatever. It's some kind of park. So then Chizuru's lighting up some sparklers and has some time to herself. She is a little tipsy. It had to make mention of that because it, you know how they have those little, I don't know, texts that pop up on screen sometimes, and she says, "I may be a little drunk." I'm like, but she wasn't acting drunk. You know how people when they're drunk they go, "Oh, no." She was totally fine. She anyway.
I feel like she's like mostly composed, like 90%, but not 100%. So I think that might be the reason for some of the stuff next episode.
Yeah. So Kazuya says, "I'm gonna go get a bucket of water," so that. You know, that's what they do so that when they're done with sparklers, they just toss it in the bucket of water. Chizuru remembers her grandparents while she's lighting the sparklers. She has flashbacks of when she was a kid. She remembers her grandma. She remembers her grandpa. And the episode ends with Kazuya coming back with a bucket of water. She sees Chizuru basically trying to hold back her emotions because he sees the back of her and she's shaking. You know, she's just like somebody who's trying to hold back tears with her, you know, something like that. So that was this episode, and that's how it ended. That was episode 11 of Rent a Girlfriend. Not nearly as crazy as yours, see, but it definitely had its moments.
Yeah, I feel like that was like a more like tame, somewhat normal episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty normal, other than Kazuya doing Kazuya-isms with, "Oh, she looks so hot. Oh my God, her boobs are touching my back. Oh, stop looking at her ass." You know, just stuff that you just absolutely hate with Kazuya, but he just can't happen to be himself.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like we're so used to it, it almost doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was that. I mean, literally, you could have skipped episode 10 and gone straight to 11, and it would have been the same thing, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, because like he could have been like, he set up the date to cheer Chizuru up, and that was just how it started. You didn't need the whole thing with Sumi and Rukia and Mami, apparently, who I forgot was in this.
Yeah. So thank you, C, for watching that episode for us.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, my entire reason for existing could have just not existed.
I mean, I honestly didn't know, but...
They did the same thing!
they really did. They really did when you think about it. He rented a damn girlfriend.
Oh my God. This show.
Oh. Well, now I'm curious to see how this season 3 ends with episode 12, which that was given to Rising.
Well, it was something. So it started off like Kazuya walked up to Chizuru. She had the sparkler, but then like the sparkler like caught her dress on fire.
Oh no! So are you serious?
What?
No, not at all. I'm making it up.
Oh. I was literally like, okay. This is a twist I wasn't seeing.
What I was about to say, why Rising? Why did he get the last episode? That son of a bitch.
That would have been awesome, though. So I'm guessing episode 11 ended like really emotional music, like ended off on. That's how episode started. Episode 12 started. It was also really emotional. He like sees Chizuru from behind. It looks like maybe she's crying. He's not quite sure, and he doesn't know like quite how to act because he's Kazuya. So then the sparkler goes out, and she like says how pretty it is. But then she just says the smoke is what was making her cry, which, yeah, probably not, but they like go with it. They enjoy the rest of Sparklers, kind of normal-ish, I guess, having fun, or at least she's acting like she's having fun, but you can also tell like she's putting on an act. He's all like angsty, like, woe is me, I can't do anything to help her. He wants to help, and I'm like, okay, actually go do something to help. Make progress with the story, which it doesn't, at least, well, kind of does for a little bit here, but not really. Hi, Lightning. Glad to see you're alive.
Yes, hello, Lightning. Welcome in.
Uh,
Oh, you just missed all the fun, Lightning.
yeah, we missed me making stuff up, which sounded like more fun than the show.
We're on the last episode, and yeah, if you ever get the chance to like go back and watch episodes 10 through 11 and 12, you'll see how great everything is. So, please continue, Rising.
She basically compliments him, saying like this was a great date. You could like get a real girlfriend with this. So like, basically being grateful, polite, and it might be like, yeah, it was a good day. He put in a lot of work for it, and she was appreciative of it. And then he said something that like slipped out of his mouth without like really thinking, and it was, "Do you know what my ideal girlfriend is like?" And like as he said that, he was thinking, wait, what did I actually say? And then he starts describing her, like really being honest with how he feels, saying all the things that he likes about Chizuru. Not saying that he's referring to her, but it's like obvious what he's doing. And then as he's doing that, he makes a comment saying like, my ideal girlfriend is really strong, is able to like keep going through the stuff, but she cries a little bit too. And this makes Chizuru start to cry a little bit, and then a lot. And then she just like rushes up to him, grabs hold of him, and yells for her grandma and grandpa. And her crying definitely went past just a little bit. So like she like fully breaks down here.
Oh, wow.
And it was actually really powerful too. Like I was impressed by this part. The fact that she was a bit drunk, I think, is like what made her let her guard down so much, in Kazuya's too, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But then he goes back to his apartment the next day. He questions everything that happened because it's Cosmo. We get a weird scene of him in his bathtub that's set to like 45 degrees Celsius. His fish, his fish is like commenting on everything and how pathetic he is, which that was kind of fun. But really, nothing really changed at all. Yaimori just shows up in his apartment. Apparently, he left the door open, so she showed up. She had a QR code on her t-shirt, which took me to a Twitter page of some Japanese person I don't know.
What? You actually did the QR code?
Of course, I had to see what it was.
You know, that's a dangerous thing to do. You could have been taken to some kind of dark web.
Yeah, you could have been taken to like the Amazon page for Rent a Girlfriend season 3 pre-order.
Well, I figured they wouldn't put something too malicious in there, but yeah, I was just curious. Like, what would this take me to?
Wow. So they try to get people to watch by putting a damn QR code on somebody's shirt. How sad.
Yeah,
Social
like
media influencer, most likely.
yeah, I don't read Japanese, so I don't know what it was, but yeah, some famous person apparently. So yeah, Yaimori says the next step is for Kazuya to take Chizuru out on a real date, which would be an actual story progression, so we can't have that. The low text things say that will happen next chapter, which I don't know because that's not until next season. I didn't feel like looking up the manga to see. Plus, I just watched this like 2 minutes before the podcast, so I didn't have time.
It's smart use of your time.
Yeah, Kazuya's like, okay, I'm not doing this. He just like runs out of his apartment to go get lunch. My thought was Mori is probably going to mess with his apartment or do something to try and get them together when she was left alone in there. I would not trust her alone in my apartment. Maybe that's just me.
So
Yeah,
that was it. That's how it
watched-
ended.
No, we're like halfway done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I watched my episode and every episode of Rent a Girlfriend ever on 1.5 or 2 times speed.
Maybe I should have done that.
It kind of makes the show. It's watchable because the show is so slow paced.
I could,
Right.
I could
Makes it
imagine.
kind of like normal speed.
I could imagine Sumi on 1 or 2 times speed trying to talk. Just sounds ridiculous.
People should watch this podcast on 2 times speed. That would make it fun.
Oh, that is funny. But yes,
able to save
Decrepit
more
Storm, we should get we should pay to put our channel in anime. put
Yeah.
a QR code so that they can see us.
Yeah, I was trying to see, like, is this, like, something Rent a Girlfriend, really? Like, did they, like, do the music, or are they one of the voice actresses? But I don't know. That was a fun touch, though maybe if I knew Japanese, I would have appreciated that Easter egg more. Then when he comes back from lunch, he runs into Chizuru. He's being awkward. She's being, like, very professional, asking, like, okay, what color clothes should I wear to the movie premiere? He's like flustered and says, yeah, blue makes sense because blue's a good color, I guess. He ponders if all of her crying was just an act. He like doubts everything, being Kazuya basically, which it wasn't, and we know that. We get an interesting scene with her like in her apartment talking to like the pictures of her grandparents, basically feeling alone, but also being grateful that she let out all of her feelings to Kazuya, and that helped her a bit. I like what Decrepit Storm says. If she already kidnapped him, he's probably not going to worry about her going into his apartment. And yeah, I guess breaking and entering is probably less serious than kidnapping, but I don't know. I prefer people not do either of those to me.
I wish I was high out of my mind watching this episode.
Satsuki's now
Listening-
here.
just
His
listening to this, I should say.
alt has been removed.
Oh no.
Hi, Satsuki, again.
Or maybe it wasn't him. Maybe it was Ricky Shadow the whole time.
Yes. Then we got the end credits, and it was the end credits. But then I noticed we had like 8 minutes left of the show, so there was like a super long after credits scene.
What?
Wow. Why would... Okay.
Oh my god.
Which is, they put the movie screening in the after credits scene. I don't know why they did that way. There's like one of the like dialogue things, or like one of the like word things they have on there saying like 1 week has passed but nothing changed. I was like, yep, that's the show in general.
That's the show in a nutshell.
There's a couple of quotes I like. One was like, I learned that, or Kazuya was thinking how like music is driving him to go forward as he's leading her to the after party, which, okay, that was kind of nice and sweet. And then you have all the other characters like just show up for like a brief second, like in the background, or like they get a quick scene to themselves. The weirdest one was Mami was meeting his friend like Kiba or whatever that guy is, and Kazuya's grandma, who are like, I don't know what their connection was, but they're apparently going to do something next season, and it will make me cry.
Wait, Mommy and Kazuya's friend are hooking up?
No, not hooking up, but like together, doing something together. Like,
Oh.
it seems like there's some sort of like business relationship between Kazuya's grandma, Kazuya's friend, and Mommy, and I have no idea what's going on.
I'm just sad that Mommy's even coming back. Like, she's a fucking stalker. She's doing all this shit just to get with Kazuya, I bet.
Yeah, probably so. Like to basically destroy the rest of harem so she can be with him. That's my guess.
Ugh, This is so. Yeah, the only. I mean, she could totally ruin him right now. She could just go to his grandma and say, "Oh, by the way, Chizuru's not really his girlfriend. She's a rent-a-girlfriend." But then she won't do it because, I don't know, reasons.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to say about this series anymore.
Was there anything
Why did they
else rising?
No, sadly, no one caught on fire there. Oh yeah, Sumi was walking her dog. The dog like walked up to a person who had food, like wanting food because it's a dog. Sumi made a sound, which is like more than she normally does, so that was something.
Hey guys, it's me, Sumi. I'm just talking. How you doing?
I think that's you're giving Sumi more of a character than Sumi gave Sumi a character.
It's me, Sumi. I'm a rent-a-girlfriend. I
Yeah.
just want to talk. Go to the beach.
I want to hug Sumi's dog. The dog was adorable.
You give me a hug. So I just want to talk. Hey, see?
God.
Do you love my episode, see?
I hated your episode. Go away, Sumi.
It was
You
great.
ruined everything.
I like to yell. I'm sorry for
No.
yelling.
I feel like Sumi was the least ruining part of the show.
I just wanna cuddle. I wanna cuddle with you, see?
What? No. No. Get away.
Wow, see, you certainly got her heart. You could say that she was. No, that doesn't work. Never mind.
I was wondering where that was going.
I can't. I just can't. Why does this series exist?
Yeah, and like I was thinking like early in the season, like they had the perfect opportunity to like wrap up the entire show this season and have it end in a satisfying way.
Bro.
But like
Dude. You know what I want, Rising?
what?
When they finish this series, with next 50 years, they should do a super cut where they cut together only the important bits.
Okay, so see, we're kind of way ahead of you on that because I was saying the same thing to Rising. He should edit like a supercut of only the good parts.
Yeah, like I want to do that. I just don't know if I have time.
It's like the definitive cut, and it's just like 30 minutes.
Yeah, 'cause, like take season one, the introduction stuff in episode one. It's like okay, interesting concept, sort of. Grab together a couple other things. Take season 2, episode 1, with him going to see the play she was in, and like that was fun, that was good. Then go to season 2, episode 12, like the flashback with her family, her dreams, her wanting to give up on them, like that emotionally powerful part. Cut together the good parts of the movie making, the part with her grandma, and then in the end, Kazuya and Chizuru getting together, and there you go. You have an interesting story there.
Yeah, that in itself is just a million times better. It really, really is. You could forget about Mommy. Rukia isn't a thing. Sumi is dead
Sumi-
somewhere.
Sumi would be easy to leave out. Like, Rukia, like, she got one or two parts that I kind of like, so you can work those in.
Yeah, where she's just like, "You make my heart flutter."
Yeah, no, you could literally cut out every character besides Chizuru and Kazuma, and you could just do that. I guarantee you could.
Yeah, like, there is an interesting story here. I'm making a video, like, about the potential it has, because there is good here that I enjoy, but it's just, like, buried in all the trash.
Can't wait to see that
It's like-
video.
It's
I
like you
went to
have
the
it.
dumpster.
It's like you get a cheesecake, but you accidentally drop it in the dumpster. It's like you could get it and you might enjoy it, but you have to wade through a lot of trash to get to.
Also, I don't know if you want to take a bite of that cheesecake once you get it.
Exactly, but once you do, you might enjoy it. You just might end up having stomach issues for the next 5 days.
Oh, look, here's a part that doesn't have complete garbage on it. Let me take a bite of that.
This part isn't moldy.
This part's still good. Oh.
Oh, and I would
fungus from this.
Oh, use the cheese.
I would then use adding Yamori in the QR code in her T-shirt just to make people wonder what it is. But I would instead change the QR code to direct you to C's channel.
Or us, or King of Anime, or yours, Rising.
Or this podcast.
Or this, yeah. Where we talk, wouldn't that be funny? We actually talk about Rent a Girlfriend, and then it's a QR code in Rent a Girlfriend. It's very meta.
Yeah, I need time to do things.
Yeah. We'll just look through chat really quick. Mutant GP says, unrelated question. What's all your opinions on Fernren? I don't know.
Frieren? It's
I don't know what that is.
fantasy anime that got a 90-minute first episode.
Oh, is that... Okay, I think I heard about that.
I have not
I haven't
seen it
seen
yet,
it yet.
Mutant, so...
I'm gonna watch it tonight in my server, but
Yeah, I'm interested in it.
yeah, it may be a show we watch for KOA.
Okay. We're gonna watch a movie.
I mean, there's no fucking other options. So
I mean, the ones that we are currently watching are gonna bleed over into the fall. And Spy Family.
yeah,
That's about it.
can't wait. So excited.
Yeah.
So, Frieren apparently has like an over 9 on my anime list based off the first episode.
Is it that good? Wow, I
Well,
haven't seen it.
The concept seems like it could be interesting. It seems like it might be like Oshinoko with how it like sets like the first episode like sets up the concept and then like the rest of it is different. But it like needs a lot of setup for that to work.
I heard it's like a very deep introspective anime about shit and stuff.
About shit and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll find it interesting or boring or both, but I am curious.
But yes, Satsuki, season 4 is going to be legendary. I swear. The fact that I don't know how it keeps getting greenlit for more seasons because people keep watching it, I guess. But yeah, it's. I'm tired of these 90-minute episodes, boss. Well, that's too damn bad, Satsuki. You keep watching. That's a reference from Holes, if anyone's ever seen it.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I'm
remember
tired of this, Grandpa.
Remember the
that's-
sploosh?
Yeah, it was essentially fermented peaches, I think is what it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We read the book in school like right before the movie came out, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, same. I remember reading that book. I think it's 6th grade. It was a very cool read. I liked
Yeah,
it.
6th grade.
I felt like it was a very interesting book, and they kind of made it more kid-friendly with Disney. I felt like it could have very easily been a PG-13 movie.
Yeah, I could see how they would take it that way. I guess
Yeah.
they wanted to make it more like something
Bring
that
back
kids
the
as a whole
love.
could get into.
Yeah.
The LaBoufster comes back to do a gritty reboot of Holes.
I
The
mean...
Holes cinematic universe.
Lightning says, listen, Rent a Girlfriend is a modern day masterpiece about how vapid young love is, especially in 2023. It goes nowhere. I mean,
I just love in general these days.
yeah, I wouldn't know because I have somebody. So, I mean,
Hey, you just gotta fucking get out, you know? You can't just like internet date. You can't do that shit.
gotta touch grass.
You gotta touch grass. You gotta go out into the world. You gotta discover some shit.
You
and
gotta
meet
kiss
people.
grass.
You gotta eat that grass. You gotta
What if you're
sit
allergic-
on the ground and chomp into that shit.
Yes.
I don't think that's how you should do things. But maybe it would work. I don't know. I don't know what the outside looks like.
Same,
Well,
actually.
it's a beautiful day outside. That's all I know.
Yeah, why
because
the fuck are we in here talking about Rent a Girlfriend?
yeah,
Let's go outside
Yeah.
and play in the grass.
I want to say I think we'll end it there and go outside and eat some grass. But inside is nice. Hi, C Tactics. My name is Bernadette. Okay, I don't know what that's referencing.
Bernadetta? That's from Fire Emblem.
Oh, that game. I should play more Fire Emblem.
Yeah, Bernadette is pretty funny.
There's a lot
There's
of
there's
potential.
this there's this great part in Fire Emblem where you walk up to her room and you knock on it, and like her whole thing is like she's like a recluse because she's super anxious and shy. She's like basically Kobeni, but like sits in her room all day because she's scared. And you find a cake or whatever, and you're like come out, let's talk. I have a cake. And I think you just give it to her, and she opens the door, and she like takes it and immediately goes back in, and eats the cake.
Huh.
I may be forgetting that. It may be something else. I don't know. I can't remember.
It makes me show makes me ask, or game makes me ask questions.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
I've never played it, but who knows?
I
Maybe.
don't know if you'd like it, EA. Do you like tactical strategy games? Do you know what those are? It's kind of a niche genre.
Tactical strategy. Give me an example other than Fire Emblem.
XCOM.
Oh, is it like one of those games where you move the character and then you attack and then you move them again,
Yeah.
and it's like a kind of like turn-based but a little different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was playing one of the Fire Emblem games before watching this, and then my one character died like 2 turns before I was going to finish, and I was sad.
I mean, I think the only game I liked that was like that was the South Park Stick of Truth. That was fun.
I need to play more of that.
It may be a little bit too, I don't know, childish for you, EA, but if I would definitely recommend, like, if you want to play a tactical game, like, you definitely like XCOM.
Okay.
But look up footage of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fun. Like, the gameplay is really great. I just worry about everything around the gameplay, the visual novel parts.
I see.
Yeah, like 3 Houses really like put a lot of that in there. Like the other games did not have that as much.
Yeah, Three Houses is like part dating sim, part like that's the point of the game is you try to date your students. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
'Cause you're a
Well,
professor.
I'm on that note. I think we're going to call it. So we now have wrapped another season. Season 3 is in the books, and I'm pretty sure season 4, if it has not been confirmed yet, it will be confirmed sometime later. And you know who's going to be there. I'm more of a fan of doing things in chunks of 3 than I am one episode at a time, because I think we need our sanity, to be honest.
Yeah, especially with Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like watching it where we each watch like every 3rd episode. That makes sanity better.
This was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, this it was and especially this last podcast where we didn't know what was leading up to these episodes. That was really fun. I enjoyed. Thank you, C, for suffering for all of us. That was super fun. And yeah,
I would say I appreciate it, but that would be a bold-faced lie.
well, I guess we'll have to put you back in the straitjacket until next time.
Please, put me back.
All right, we'll wrap
I'm
you
gonna-
up. And here's your
The
pills.
flesh of someone.
Oh, no flesh. Here's your here's your pills so that you won't eat nobody.
Yeah, so
But,
now I need to go get lunch now too. So
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mutant GP, Decrepit Storm, Lightning Eagle, Sasuke the Savage. Let's see. There was Ricky Bobby, Liquor in the Front, Poker. Right here. Thank you for stopping by. Kenny. Oh, Kenny has a sound of me moaning as a text tone. That's good to know. Use it well. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time whenever that season comes. See ya.